Okay, so let's go have a look at the three main camps. They are quite spectacular. I really do enjoy them. Okay, so here is the Accursed Citadel. It is located on the north side of the map. Ocean is just over there. You'll see the island where the original castaways are located. They're still there. This is a very sizable city. You can see how many boxes are all over this citadel. And you'd have to do a lot of climbing to get to a bunch of them. And they are pretty strong. There's a lot of level 3s in here. So you can see they've kind of put up some Nord Palisades and towers. I think they come from all different walks of life, but they all have one thing in common, and that is they live among the Maelstrom Beasts. Now, these Maelstrom Beasts are flowing around, walking around, and occupying the same space as the Accursed. So these are not limited to the Maelstrom anymore. There's a Yakith. There's this broken down ruins of a kind of a city. And you can see there are many types of the Maelstrom beasts just wandering all around in here among the people. And they have blocked off one of the entrances to the tower. And that camp extends all the way to over here. And you can see it is quite an extensive complex. Goes all the way out to there. Alright, let me show you some things that you'll find here in this camp. And if you kill one of these flying insects, the Shaggai, you will find inside that they might have a Shaggai Larva. You can take this, put it in a beehive with about 100 honey, and it will grow either a drone or a warrior. We'll look at some of the new pets as we go on later. I have come over here. This is, you can see where I am. There's the gate, and you come up here on this platform. This guy is over here. There's a stairway going up. There's the main camp. There's the tower. This right here, this book is going to teach me a skill. And this is where you find the Eldarium reinforced chest. I know they're bugged because they're supposed to be crafted in the artisan's bench, and I cannot see them in the artisan's bench, so I'm pretty sure that is a bug. Can't quite craft them yet. Now I am in admin mode. This is not a friendly camp at all. These guys are level 2 and 3 I've found so far. This is a Yakith. This is also a monster from this Maelstrom, and he is now wandering around in the camp with these guys. He is one of their pup. Like, I don't think he's so much of a puppy as so much as tolerating them, because he probably gets some nice food from these guys. They are not nice people. You can find thralls in here, the basic thralls to do the crafting and all of this stuff. But you can also go to up all the way to the top of this tower. And you just have to walk up this ramp. Goes around. But remember, you're going to have to fight some people along the way. And as you can see, there are different kinds of loot boxes all along the way. And I have found all kinds of things in here. Look, there's the lesser question mark substance in a basic box. So this is not even a fancy box, this is just a basic wooden box. You can find a lot of them just doing that. And we come up here, there's a fighter. Then we go around here, and here's a lady. Now she's actually a merchant, and she sells the tamed Yakith pack leader for 1,000 gold coins. That is the Conan gold coins. To get one of those beasts that I just showed you, but the greater version of it. So that is the top tier of that version of that monster that you can have as a pet. Oh, I found Kia the Incorruptible. Now I didn't find her yesterday, so let's look at her.
For a good trade.
Okay, the tamed Yakith, this is just the basic Yakith, is 500 gold. They look like twin sisters, don't they? I think they are. So this is where you get the Yakith pets. Alright, so let's go look at the pirate camp. Alright, so this is the Black Corsair pirate camp. Again, I am in admin mode and I am cloaked. They are hostile. I could not do tours if I had to fight through my whole tour to show you these interesting places. So it is located just south of the big undead city thing here. It is within the walls technically, but it's up on a plateau, so they're a little protected from the monsters. And it is quite large. Now there's Fighter 3. They don't like the Stygians, so you're gonna see this seen a lot at their camps where they've got an impaled Stygian. They have traps, so just so you know, there's traps coming in. There's also traps all the way along the path coming up here. But there are traps to come in here.
Hey!
So they're quite a gruesome bunch. They are also cannibals, from what I can tell of the lore. Alright, so you come up here and go like this. They have a big pit. They have their own lootable chests to look in. They got a lot of booze. And then you'll see there's a trap here. You know, pretty obvious that it's there. But oops. It gives you some cripple and bleed. And then look over here. You can see that right there. That is another trap. Alright, so it gives you some noxious gas. And every time you go in these camps, you want to look around for boxes. And here's the jailer. You'll see the jailer, when he dies, he's... Oops. Oops, he kind of died. He's got a key, so you want to pick up that key. And then you can hold on to that key. Maybe the camp has cages with some prisoners, or maybe you'll have to go to another camp. Sometimes the cages are empty. The iron leg hold trap is something that I learned at this camp last night. I did not mark down where it was in here, but I know it's a skill book that is on, kind of tucked away on top of some boxes. Okay, now I am at the location of the main Stygian camp. It is now called the Bastard Stand, and it's at the Siptah's Ascension and Siptah's Contemplation location. Before they occupied this area, they also had lots of undead up here, but now it's been all replaced by Stygian soldiers. And it is quite a massive encampment. And all the way down here. Now at this camp, we were able to locate a recipe to make the palisades that you see out there. Now, if you're asking if we can craft these tents, yes, we can. Not all of them, though, right now. At least so far as I have found. I've only found this tent right here. And if you're looking for the recipe for that, it is not far away. There is an encampment down here to the south for the tent. And that one, I did keep track of where to find it. So this is the tent. It is located at the little encampment in L9 for the Stygian tent. And this is the shape of the one that you will learn how to make in the artisan table. And they have this whole area. They have this area all the way over to the end of this tower. They've even got people stationed around the other side of the tower. Like this whole place, this is their place. And then up on the hill over there. Now, something else that is very cool that they have introduced into this game is the ability to pick up weapons that you find out in the world. So here you have like a little rack of, you know, you got some axes, you see a bow. Over here you can see a bow is leaning up against this pillar as well. And you can walk up to it and interact with it and pick it up. Now I have a steel throwing axe and I can pick up all of it. I got a hunting bow. I got more hunting bows. So you see, you can just pick stuff up if you see it for weapons. I think that is very cool, especially when you're first starting the game out and you don't have a lot of materials to make good weapons with. It's nice to just be able to pick up these weapons, as well as being able to get them from these guys. When you go to these camps, kill everything, loot everything, and touch everything, because you don't know when you're going to come across something that you're going to need to interact with, because there are books and recipes, feat, skills, something new to learn. And you kind of have to search around and look for them. Here is an example of one of the altars. So you come to this altar. There's a guardian. This is a guardian. It's not even just a high priest. It's a guardian. So there is a scroll sitting on top of this altar now. And if you hit that scroll, you learn Stygian Palisades. Here it is, Stygian Palisades. These are crafted at the artisan's table, and they have a little bit of a poke to them. You can probably hurt some people with them. But this is where you learn them, at this set altar in the Stygian capital here. This little encampment right over here. Now let's go look at where I got the tent. So I have marked a few places around the map where I found different recipes, and I can just look at them right now. So like I said, over here in the Accursed Camp, I found the Eldarium reinforced chests. Those are storage chests. I know they are bugged right now because Funcom says they are bugged right now. We can't craft them just yet. We have the Yakith Vendors. There's 2 of them up there on the top of that tower. They look the ones that look like twins. By the Stygian camp, we have the Stygian temp recipe, which is just to the south of me. Okay, so this is that little encampment that I talked to you about. All you have to do to learn the tent is you go inside the tent and you get this mysterious press, eat, interact. Yep, there you go. You just get inside the tent, and when it tells you to hit E, you will learn how to make the Stygian tent. And there it is right there. So that it's just this one type of tent so far that we've learned how to make. So not only are the big encampments interesting to go to and have stuff to learn and find, but the small ones do too. Over here is another encampment. I learned how to make Nordheimer walls and shelves. It's at the watchtower on the north, kind of the northwest beach. It's not quite all the way west, but it's north and towards the west. Okay, so this is the place. You can see that the walls are here. The palisade walls are here. And the feat to learn them is on a book right down here. So you see where I am in the camp, there's the big tower, there's the water, and over here is the book. Right here. Nordheimer walls, J11, right here on the edge of the cliff in this ruined area. Down here I found Eldarium Braziers. So this is the tower. You head all the way to the south, and it is located just on the border right here at H10 and at the border of I. So I is over here, H is right here. So this is it. There's a couple of the accursed here. There's one of this mob here, monster entertainer. But you walk up to this brazier right here. It's between the two rocks, and you hit E, and you learn the Eldarium reinforced braziers. But you're gonna have to deal with these monsters too, so just something to be aware of. Eldarium Tools. Let's go there. This is located G11. This is the lay shrine of the Birdmen. So now these people have made a home out of this abandoned lay shrine. It doesn't work, so they've decided to take it over. They are deadly enemies with the undead skeletons that come around sometimes, so they will run off and fight those. Here's another jailer. And right inside here, there's a bonfire. See where I am? And there's a book. This teaches you Eldarium Tools. Now the Eldarium Tools is going to be one step up from the Star Metal Tools. I have not tested them to see if they are more efficient than the Star Metal Tools, but there you have it. You can make these out of Eldarium. Alright, then I'll go over here and show you what we found inside one of these vaults. Inside the vaults, we now have the ability to pick up a skill, so we can get another decor item. Okay, so when you come into the vault, at least here in this vault, you come up and you'll see this symbol laying on the ground. You touch the symbol and you learn the Devolved Demon Insignia. This is also bugged because I can't find it. It's supposed to be craftable in the artisan bench, but I can't find it, so it is also on the list of bugged. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be crafted at the artisan's work table, and we cannot seem to craft it right now, so we know this is bugged. But I believe that this is wall decor, and I have not verified it, but I believe that all of the vaults will have something like this inside. Okay, so let us talk about the tower. This is amazing, and this is going to be your spoiler alert if you don't want to see inside the tower until you get to go here yourself. It would be okay with me if you want to stop the video. Spoiler alert right here. So before we couldn't come in here. There are still a lot of undead out here and so forth. We would come here, especially after you get a bunch of fragments of power from bosses or chests. You come in here and you can go right inside the tower. And this, let me tell you, this room design is absolutely amazing. Look at this. It is amazing. Colors, the ambiance, the particles, all amazing. When you look down there, there's just a lot of this stuff going on. And we're really not sure what it is, but since this tower is surrounded by undead, I am assuming that this might be some kind of soul magic or power that is being extracted by their use of necromancy. That is my theory. On the exiled maps, we have the archives inside the unnamed city, and you bring your little fragments of power here and you pick up scrolls. It works exactly the same as the archives in the unnamed city on the exiled map. It shows you some of the weapons that are very special and unique to this island, to the Isle of Sipta, that you could learn from bringing the fragments of power here. They've got the updated Silent Legion things. They've got extra Silent Legion styles here on the Isle of Sipta. Some very cool, look at this, it's got a bear head on it. The designs are absolutely stunning for the weapons in this place. Look at that. It's got an octopus on it. And this one, the sword is amazing as well. So you bring your fragments of power. I got one in my inventory. Gives you a prompt. Now, I've found it to be a little finicky, so see if I still have a fragment. I do. There. I learned a new scroll. I got a new scroll. And I learned how to, or I can then select this and use it to learn how to make the Void Forge shield. So there is a lot to be found here. Okay, so I just picked up 100 fragments. It doesn't really matter which one you go to. They all will give you a fragment. Some work better than others. So I'm getting a lot of Void Forged things. Everything in here is Void Forged. Alright, so as you can see, I've gotten a lot of these. So what I'm getting, I have the Silent Legion medium armor, Vagabond armor, lots of those, got lots of those. The Void Forged dragon armor. There's scout reports, colored candles, hardened steel cages, fast elevators. Look at that. Void Forged arrows. Now the arrows, the Void Forged arrows are not very strong, but they're very, very light to carry. So I'm not quite sure how useful they are, but the fact that you can carry a lot of them is kind of nice. I guess you can kill them with multiple lightweight arrows. Bow, gladius, great axe, pike, mace, a kris, which is that sword, katana, pike, shield, war axe, war hammer. So you can see what you get here. There is a skill called Gravedigger, and when you have the skill, you can get this shovel. It's actually a damaging shovel. It does 48 damage and has 8% penetration, but if you're carrying it around, you may find some skulls or piles of rubble that ask you to interact with them. Okay, so here we have a skull. This is kind of looks like when the player dies, you get the skull and a pile of rubble. But it gives you a prompt to interact with it. And it's going to tell you that you need to have this shovel. You cannot pick it up if you don't have the shovel. Now, I still do not know how to get this shovel. So maybe if someone knows how to get the Gravedigger shovel or the skill to make them, I would really like it if somebody could explain that in the comments below. And then every once in a while you'll see these little levers and you can pull them up and loot the box that's in there. It says you need a skeleton key, so these you actually need to kill a boss to get anything out of that. Alright, so let's talk about the Convergence Trap. This is something that you learn. You still learn this at any of the Lay Shrine areas. You can still learn this skill. So the Convergence Trap, from what I'm reading and what I understand, the closer to the tower it is, the stronger it will be. You can see that you can invoke a convergence. So with this skill, you would take 200 of the unstable, that's this lighter blue stuff, put it in there and craft, you will basically craft a purge. And the purge will attack your building if it is 92 pieces or more. And the creatures that come to your building are going to be stronger the closer this is to the tower. That is the understanding that I have from how this works. This is the revoke convergence. If you want to revoke it, you need 200 of the lesser essences to revoke it. So this will remove the purge meter. So it will take your purge meter down to 0. So this apparently is all this thing does anymore. So basically what you want to do is find an encampment that has a jailer and that has some thralls stuck in a cage. Not every cage has a thrall in it, so it's kind of a, you know. So she's here. They've made it so that you cannot see what kind of a thrall she is, because this is going to be a bit of an RNG thing. It's a gamble. It doesn't really matter what she is, you're going to free her. So you're going to look for the jailer. If you already had killed a jailer before and you have a key in your pocket, you could rescue her now, but you're going to have a fight on your hand. So getting her home in a weakened state with whatever weapon she came with is not going to help. You're going to have to probably kill everybody in the camp. Alright, so you want to kill the jailer, kill other people in the camp, because I lost 3 thralls yesterday by just trying to rescue the thrall without killing everybody. That's not going to happen. So make sure all the enemies are done. You come up to the cage and you open it, and she'll come out, and she's very grateful. She is now, she's just a level 1, but she will follow me now. You can go into her inventory, you can teach her how to behave, you know, how you want her to fight. You just want her to guard me so she doesn't run around in her bad gear. I mean, she just comes in basic gear with stone swords and stuff, so you know, you're gonna want to bring along some weapons with you and some clothing to get her geared up for the trip home. You can't pick them up. You can tell them to stand guard. You can tell them to follow. You can change her follow distance to 5 meters all the way up to 30 meters. So it depends on what kind of follower you have. Like if you have a big elephant, you don't want it breathing down your neck, so you tell it to follow you at 30 meters. You know, that sort of thing. So now your trick is to get her home and safe, you know, because everything is going to try to attack her on the way home. But once you do, I mean, she is yours for taking home and putting to work. I did not see any workers other than bearers and fighters and archers, that sort of thing, coming out of these cages. But hey, you know, anything to help protect your base, it's not gonna hurt. So that's about it for me right now. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Oma Games. If you would like to see my live streams, please go to twitch.tv and follow Miss Oma. Take care, everybody, and I will see you next time.